Noor Ali Shah,
وقتی که کودک بودند،
when he was a child,
کودک بسیار مادرشون رحلت کرد
he lost his mother.
و ایشون تا چند سالگی مادر اصلا ندیدن.
For years.
بعداً پدر همسر دیگری اختیار
And
کرد
his father married again.
که ولی ما در خانواده ما به خصوص هیچ فرزندانی که از این مادر و از اون مادر باشن فرقی نداره.
In his family, there is no difference between the different children of the two mothers. I mean, there is no. Yes.
اصلا خیلی ها در خانواده ما از جوان ها نمیدونستند که این مادر با اون مادر فرق جدا دو تا مادر هست.
There were many
اینطوری
who didn't
مخلوط
know
بودن یعنی که
his mother is one.
در شرایطی ازدواج مجدد کردند که این اعتقاد داشتن و این چیز داشتن که خانواده از هم پاشیده نشه.
He did this because not that the family not be disintegrated.
پدرشون
His father.
مدتی ایشون چون رفته بودن سیاحت گردش و حتی
Allowed him to go for
پدر هم
years.
اطلاع نداشت
He
دقیقا.
used to see the different countries and different people, and his father didn't know anything where he is now.
بعد از
7 years.
سالها
After
یعنی
years,
اقلا 7 سال طول
at least 7
کشید
years,
که در این چیز بودن. در سفر مکه
he was wandering.
ایشون و
in Mecca.
پدرشون اون سفر در اون چیز در مکه بودن.
In the
از
journey
هم
to
عبوری
Mecca,
رد شدن.
his father saw his son. His father visited his son, but he didn't introduce himself.
ولی
to
هیچ
him.
کدوم آشنایی ندادن.
Neither father nor the son didn't
چون
introduce
بعداً
each other.
پدرشون گفته بودن که هنوز پخته نشده بود.
His father later on said that the son is not yet mature enough.
بعد که آمدن برگشتن به ایران
When he returned
شاید
back
هم
to
این
Iran,
وقت توجه کردن که همون دیدار اولیه با اونها آتش خاموش رو در دلش روشن کرد.
when the father came back to Iran after the Mecca, then perhaps we can say that the son, I mean the Noor Ali Shah, his heart was fired by him visiting by the father.
برجت به دوستان سفارش کردن در همه شهرها، یعنی به اون شهرهای نزدیک که اگر فرزند من یعنی نور علی شاه
The father asked to different people if
بودند
they visited the son,
بگید بیان
tell him come back,
بیارینشون.
tell him or bring him back if he
همین پیغام که رسیده بود ایشون هم مثل اینکه آتش رو به این ور طرف
When the
شعله زد.
message, when they heard the message, it is like that the fire of his heart turned his
آمدن برگشتن به
came back to
طرف
Iran.
و تقریبا 10 سال 12 سال زیر تربیت مستقیم
At least
پدر
10
بودن.
years or more, he was under the spiritual education of his father.
و بعد که پدر شهید شد
After the father was
ایشون جانشین
martyred, he
بر
was the
حسب
successor
اجازه.
according to the permission of the father.
آخر در تورات میبینیم
In Torah,
که
book Torah, in the Torah, Old Testament, you see
که
that
نخودزاده ها رو خیلی اهمیت میده
the first children were taken into importance.
Yes.
و همیشه ریاست رو به
And
نخودزاده میده.
usually the principal becomes the first child, the first son.
که یک بار در نخودزادگی یعقوب و ایسو
Jacob and the issue.
Yes, yes, yes,
اختلاف
yes,
بود
yes,
که
yes, yes.
جریان
He
مسلمان
took the lentils, yes.
ولی این رسم
This tradition
از موند در نژاد سامی عرب ها و ایرانی های قدیم هم اینه داشتن.
This tradition was still alive in the tradition of the Arabs and the old Iranians.
Yes.
ایشون جانشین پدر شدن
He was successor
نه
of
به
his
خاطر
father,
فرزند نه به خاطر این،
not because
چون
he was
بعضی ها
his
این
son.
تصور میکنن.
Some people think that it's because his son.
آن یکی از حملاتی که میشه اینه.
One of the attacks to Sufism is this, that the successor was his son.
But it was not. It was only
Yeah,
also by
Yes, by his perfection, not just because he was his grandson.
yes.
فقط بر حسب فرمان پدر.
It was according to the
پدر
permission of
ایشون
the
جانشین
father
تعیین.
Yes.
and his establishment.
And what were the practices that he was learning with his father? What were the practices?
The practices.
Yes, can you ask?
میپرسن که اون تعالیم و اعمالی که دستورهایی رو که از پدر به ارث بردن چی بوده؟ از پدر
اگر قرار بود همه بدونن که اعلام میکردن.
If it was, if it was something that all the people knows, then all people should know it. But this is not. This is a secret.
It's a secret.
یه داستان میگم حالا برای
There is a
اینکه
story about this.
خندین خوبه. نه اون دکتر نور تعریف میکرد.
Dr. Noor
آقا اون
Ali
وقتا
Shah
کسی
narrated
مشق
that
تار ویولون اینا اصلا گناه داشت خیلی میکشتنش.
playing violin or tar, it's in musical
یکی
instrument
از
was forbidden in Iran.
آقای چه تعریف میکرد گفت یکی از
Friend of him
دوستان ما
narrated that one of his
از
friends,
بزرگان عرفان واقعا
one of the big people in Sufism,
یه چیز میرفت خود این از قدیم هم بوده خیام هم به همین طریق چیز بود و میرفت پیش امام الحرمین.
He says it was like Khayyam who used to go to visit Imam al-Haramin. Imam al-Haramin was a jurisprudent. صحیح؟
بفرمایید شما رو.
بنده گفتم دیدم خب لباس عمومی هم مردمان یا اهل فضل و دانش
He said
عبا
that
داشتن.
this formal dressing of Muslims, of ulama.
Yes.
گفتن یکی این می آمده تو تار داشت تار رو زیر عبا گرفته این باره اومده بوده یکی از دوستانش بهش میرسه بعد از اخبار پرسی میگه چی داری زیر عبا جواب میده میگه اگه میخواستم بدونی میذاشتم روی عبا.
He answered that if I wanted you know that what you have under my dressing I would put it on outside of my dressing.
Yes.
حالا به هر جهت دستورات از اون وقت دستورات تکاملیش داشتن یعنی همین تکامل دارن. ذکری که ما داریم و از خوب همینجور میگفتن یعنی یاد خدا. ذکر یعنی یاد ذکر خدا ذکر خدا
ذکر
خدا بیادت بیاد.
That you should remember him, not just to say
Yes.
مثلا ذکری که ما میگیم به زبان تنها نیست.
Should be the calm remembrance.
به عکس ذکری که آقایون اهل شریعت میگن اینها به زبانه ولو وارد چیز نشه. یکی حالا این به مناسبت یکی آمد یه روز پیش من یه خانم یاد اینا بعد گفت که خواب آلود بود اینا. گفت دیشب مثلا نخوابیدم. گفتم
He
چرا؟
said the king, one who came to him and said that I didn't go to sleep last night.
گفت فلان دعا نوشتم. اون دعا گفته که 14,000 بار بسم الله بگید.
He said that the woman who came to him, visited him, she said that I had a prayer accordingly to which I should repeat 14,000 times Bismillah ar-Rahman
و
ar-Rahim.
من دیشب
And this is why
نخوابیدم که این
I couldn't
انجام بدم.
to practice it. She asked him that.
من گفتم از
He
کیست رفته بی
replied,
خود.
you lost it.
این
You
خانم
lost
که
the
توقع
night,
نداشت
the
من
night and the time.
جنبه مذهبی دارم به قول بگم بسم الله گفته است. بعد برای اینکه متوجه بشه منظور من
To
چیه
understand what
گفتم
he
خب
says, he said to him,
بسم الله اول
he
که گفتی که
explained
معنیش
that the
فهمیدی.
first Bismillah you
بله.
said you understood the
گفتم بسم
meaning.
الله دهم همون جور بود
And he
فکرت.
said, if was the
گفت خسته
10th
شدم.
Bismillah also, do you have to
گفتم خب
understand the meaning?
14,000 بار این دفعات آخر
Then
چطور
why
بود؟
did you repeat
واسه
14,000
نفهمیدم چطور.
times?
گفتم پس اون بسم الله نیست.
Then he said that
بسم
that was
الله
not Bismillah.
یعنی به نام خدا باشی، به یاد خدا باشی.
Bismillah means to be in remembrance of God, but you have forgotten the meaning. Just repeat
به
it
هر اندازه میتوانی.
as far as you can.
نمیتونی البته به زبان هم باید گفت. نه اینکه نافه. به همون اندازه ای که دل میگه
As far as
زبانت
your
هم
heart
باید
repeat
بگه
it,
همون
the
اندازه.
Bismillah, your tongue should repeat it.
Yes.
برای اینکه یه بازخواستی هم از مؤمنین داره در قرآن.
Because in the Quran,
یا ایها الذین آمنوا لما تقولون ما لا تفعلون.
God says to the believers that
خود
why you
مؤمنین
say things that
چرا
you do
چیزی
not
میگید که
do
نمی کنید؟
according to it.
این رو ماجه جاک بگم سرد نشه چایتون برای
Says
اینکه
that take
The
the
tea,
control.
yes. It's for
میگم
the
کسی
spirit.
آمد پیشه قدیم خلفای قدیم و اینا
He's telling another story about the caliphs, old
yes.
یه
caliphs.
قصیده ای گفت
There was a poetry.
غزلی گفت
some
غزلام که میدونید
Is it like ghazal?
به اصطلاح تغزل است تعشق است و نمیدونم می و چیز
There
فلان.
was words about wine.
این وقت اینا گفت خود غزل و متوقع بود که بهش جایزه بدن.
He expected that the king,
دید
the caliph
خلیفه
gives him some
شوخ و
prize.
شوخی و اینا گفت
The caliph said,
100 تا شلاق بزنید بهش.
punish him
گفت
100
چرا
times.
100 تا شلاق؟ گفت خودت اینجا اقرار کردی به
Caliph
گناه.
said that you confessed this
از
your
می و
sin
چیز و
because
اینا
you said
اقرار
you were
کردی.
talking about wine and things like that.
گفت اقرار من دروغه.
The
بخود.
poet replied
گفت
that
از
my
کجا میگی؟
confession was not
گفت در
wine,
خود
it was
قرآن
lying,
گفته است که
because
وقتی این
Quran
حرفا رو
said,
گفته اینا شعرا
because Quran said the poets
حرفایی میزنن که نمیگه و
say things
نمیکنن.
that they do not do it.
منم
There's a
که از
verse in
شعرا
Quran.
هستم اینجا.
So he
این
said
یه
that I
حالا ما
was doing that.
ذکر رو میگیم
The
با
remembrance
یاد
of God
خدا باید.
should be with the remembrance of we cannot just repeat it verbally. Should be repeated in the heart, not
Yes,
verbally.
yes.
البته ورد و اینم چیز کردم از لحاظ روانشناسی بریم مثل خواب کردن مثل خواب
Of course,
مغناطیسی.
verbal litanies are like
Yes.
وقتی یه وردی رو بگم
when
اینجور
you
میشه.
repeat it.
چه بهتر که این ورد اقلا از نام خدا باشه.
If you
اولا اینجوری نکنم نام خدا رو فقط ببرم با یاد خدا.
says that if it has to some
اگر نه
effect, it
به هر
should be
جهت
with
نام خدا رو که ببریم
the
هر
remembrance
نامی
of God
ببریم
in your
اینقدر
heart,
تکرار
verbally.
Yes.
تکرار کنیم
But if
نام
you
رو
repeat it several
این
times,
حالت چیزی حالا بعد
perhaps you will have some effect
بگذاریم
in your
بده.
heart, but not all
Yes.
the
این
time.
همینقدر از این سوالی که شما فرمودید اینقدر
I
جواب
think this is a summary of what you have asked, what
Yes,
instructions he
yes.
inherited from his father.
بعد
And also he was working with the breathing energies or not?
میگن که آیا ایشون با چیزای تنفسی اون ذکری که به اصطلاح یاد گرفتن با تنفس مربوط میشه؟
هم به تنفس هست و هم به
Both.
Also,
سایر
yes.
چیزها، ولی اولش
Breathing
تنفس
and
با
other things,
تنفس
but the first is breathing.
که هر چمین است که نفس
Nafis.
مایه حیاته.
The reason is that the breathing is the source
با
of life.
نفس
Yes.
حیات شروع میشه.
By breathing,
این است
life
که
begins.
میگویم حیات
This is why
حیات هم باید با نام خدا شد.
life should be started with the name of God. This is why.
Should be
Started with the name of God.
started.
With the name of God.
در قرآن داره همه چیز هم از قرآن استنباط میشه. در قرآن داره که خداوند
God
بشر
said,
رو
God
که آفرید
then created the human being.
Give
Then
is
then.
the
این
breath.
بشر که آفرید بعد از روح خودش در
And
The
he
ruh.
breathed in his, from his spirit.
Ruh. Yes.
از اون وقتی که از روح خودش در او دمید ای پا شد انسان شد
From the
و
time
قابل
that he
سجده.
breathed in his, from his spirit, then he became,
Yes, yes.
he raised.
And now when we breathe, can we say that we are also breathing the ruh of God?
میگن پس وقتی ما تنفس میکنیم، میگوین وقتی ما تنفس میکنیم میتونیم بگیم که داریم روح خدا رو در دممون فرو میدیم.
همین
Yes,
تا تخیلش کنیم.
you can imagine it like that.
Yes.
این است که وقتی روح خدا دمیده شد از اون روح زنده شد.
When the spirit of God became into his
You know,
then
همه-
he became alive.
Yes.
در واقع
In fact,
تمثیل
this is
چیزی
an
از
allegory
نمونه کوچکی از اون چه
and it's
ما
an example
عالم خلقت داریم.
of what we have in the world of creation. This is an allegory.
And
ولی
now, yes.
اصل در آن است که یاد خدا باشه با.
But the most important thing is the remembrance of God.
Remember,
all the
yes,
time.
yes.
خداوند که ما میگیم 1001 اسم داره اون چیزی گنجاست اسامی خدا چون تابلوی
He
گنجاست
says that under yours there is
Yes.
that 1001.
همه اون صفات رو خدا داره رحمان رحیم رزاق جواد نمیدونم اما خیلی چیزا ما وقتی میگیم که به هر چیزی از خدا تقاضا کنیم
Whatever you ask
خوب
God,
است که از
is
همین
better.
جهتی که
you
نام
ask
خدا
him
هست
from
تقاضا
the,
کنیم
the special name that you are asking him.
یعنی وقتی روزی میخوایم
When you ask
میخوایم روزیمون
something,
بیشتر
when
بشه
he wants him to give up something
ذکر
for,
یا
for
رزاق
eating,
میگیم
we should ask him under the name
اگر
of
در اون
Razzaq.
وقت چه مثلا بگیم لا فتا لا علی لا سیف لا ذوالفقار
Different.
خب شمشیر علی بالا سرش ولی کار نمیگم ما
What you were saying?
He was saying that when you ask him for the giving of the food, then if you ask him for to kill,
تمام یا
then
یکی از صفات خدا
You would give
to
another.
take revenge, it doesn't mean
Yes.
خب ما وقتی از گناهانمون توبه میکنیم مثلا
when we
به
take
یاد خدا
repentance to God.
بگیم زنتقام خدا میگه
We
تو
should
خود
not ask
میگی
him for revenge,
زنتقام
we should ask
من
him for
انتقام باید
forgiveness.
میشم وقت در اینجا باید توسل به نام خدا کنیم رحمان
Ask
رحیم
him at this time from his mercifulness.
این رعایت که بکنیم
If we observe
یاد
this,
داشتن یادآوری نام خدا آسان‌تر میشه
Then
برامون.
if we observe this, then
با
the
خدا
remembrance
بیشتر
of God
زندگی.
become easier for us.
Yes.
To
Yes.
know which attribute
این
to ask.
مسئله ذکره که در
This is the issue of the zikr.
البته همش یعنی البته با زبان هم بگیم، نه اینکه نگیم با زبان
Doesn't
هم
mean
بگیم،
that we should not
منتها
say
کافی
verbally,
نیست
but
زبان.
it's not enough.
Yes.
It's not sufficient.
خب مدتی ریاضت هم کشیدن.
Then he talking
ریاضت
about Noor Ali Shah, that he was
در-
under the strict
ریاضت درویشی برای این بدن
training is for the body,
منتها روح
but
چون
spirit,
از این بدن تغذیه
since
میکنه
nourishes from the body,
و چون روح در این بدن ساکن
since it
میشه
is in the body, the spirit,
And this,
ما اگر بهش توجه
if we
کنیم
observe the
اون
spirit,
غذایی که روح از بدن میگیره مفیده.
if we observe the spirit, we will see that the food that the spirit gets from the body is useful for it.
for the spirit. And the ruh, for him, is a spiritual body or is a particle, a small star or a small point? Is it a spiritual body or is like a small...
You means that all
The
it's
ruh,
in
the spirit,
old-
the
yes,
ruh, the-
it is in the whole body,
Body.
or it is in small part.
Yes, or is...
پرسن که روح در کل بدنه یا یه جزئی است از بدن.
يسألونك عن الروح
In the Quran
قل
it says
الروح
that
من
the
أمر
people
ربي
ask about the
وما
ruh.
أوتيتم من العلم إلا قليلا.
He's referring to a verse of the Quran that people ask from Prophet that what is spirit, and God says that it's something from the divine sphere and you have not enough knowledge to know it.
No, yes.
وما أوتيتم من العلم إلا قليلا.
You have not enough knowledge to know about
همه
what
جای
is
بدن روح
spirit.
داره.
Yes.
In
یک
the whole body
سلول
there is a spirit. In a single cell,
in
In all the
الآن
body, yes. Yes.
این سلول اونجا که هست
Yes.
a single cell
انسان تابع اون روحی،
is
روح
the
انسانیش
other
روح من.
radiance of the spirit.
ولی اینو ببرین
If you cut it off,
بذارید کنار
you put it aside,
تا یه مدت این سلول روح داره، جون
you
داره،
have a spirit,
ولی
for
از
some
جان من
times,
دیگه جدا.
but it is not one of the part of my spirit anymore. If you take off the one
Yes,
cell
yes,
from
yes, yes, yes.
برجر از ایشون صحبت میکردیم.
he's
جد
complaining
منه،
about his grandfather Noor Ali.
بله، یعنی پدر ایشون پدر
Father of
منن.
his master.
Yes.
ایشون خیلی صریح بوده
He was
و
very,
شجاع بودن در زندگی معمولی، نه ترس.
he was a fearless man.
Very, very.
صریحاً در زندگی چیزها دخالت میکردن، میگفتن به حکومت های اون وقت
He used
فلان
to
کار
say to
غلط
the
نکنید
government that
بگید.
your work is wrong and that one is right. So it was
عکس
directly speaking
پدرشون
contrary to his father.
که ایشون فقط به علم توجه داشتن، به چیزا کار نداشتن.
Most, he was taking his time mostly with the knowledge, not to
ولی
he
جز
didn't interfere
وسایایی
in
که
the civil works.
کردن به فرزندشون که ایشون
One
باشن
of the
این است که شما رویه منو نگیرید.
but he says to his son after me, do not follow my way of not interfering.
Yes.
with
رویه
civil
شما
works.
مثل رویه مرحوم پدر باشه، مرحوم آقا باشه.
Your behavior should be like your
یعنی
grandfather.
آرامش.
Be calm.
نه
Your
اینکه
grandfather was more peaceful.
He's talking now about him.
Yes.
نه اینکه هیچ گونه دخالتی نکنه،
It doesn't mean that do not interfere in anything, in social works.
یعنی باز
It means that
اختیار بدون ورود در خود اونها.
without interfering directly,
Yes, yes, yes.
observe the social affairs
ما
too.
در تاریخ تشیع
In the history of Shiism,
که تصوف هم همون میشه
and at the same time the history of
داریم که
Sufism,
علی علیه السلام
we have,
علی
it is narrated that Ali, the first
به نظر ما بعد از پیغمبر باید خلیفه میشد
He says that according to us, that Ali should be succeeded after the Prophet.
Yes,
ولی
yes, yes,
نشد.
yes,
But
yes.
he didn't become.
اما اون
Yes.
خلفا را قبول
But
داشت
he accepted all the other caliphs.
Yes, 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 yes.
اون چه که علی میخواست و
What Ali
میدونست
wanted and knows
قابل قصد نبود
was
قصد
not
نمیشد
something that the other caliphs should take it from it.
Yes.
علی
It
نماینده
was some
خدا بود
spiritual-
قصد
He
نمیشد
was the representative of God. And
Yes.
با
God
اونها بود
Kabul.
با اونها
Yes.
بود دستور می دستور
So
بر-
Ali was with them. I mean, he was
اینه که ما هم
consulting them.
در زمانهای مختلف تصوف و عرفان یه اونجا.
بچه یکی از بچه‌های اینجا
بله. تصوف و عرفان
This is why in the
روش‌های
Sufism
مختلف
in
داشته.
different times have different methods.
Yes, yes.
این روش مختلف ولی هرگز
But never
خودش ظلم نکرده هرگز
Sufism did
و مصلحت هم نمیدونه که به نام دین
But
حکومت
Sufism was never to be unjust, and it's not in
Yes.
it didn't consider to interfere in the government.
Government, yes.
یه شنم این کار حالا که ربطی به دین نداره یه شریعت اونی که لازم نیست. حالا دین یه چیزیست که
Religion is
به
something
دل بسته
that is in your heart, depends
Yes,
on the heart.
yes.
ناسخ و تواریخ
No, it is talking about the
Yes.
book Nasikh al-Tawari.
نوشته که وقتی
It's a historical
قشون
book.
ایران
It is written in it
ایران اون وقت من فتح علی شاه
that any time
با
Fatah Ali
روسیه
Shah
جنگ
of
میکردن
Qajar,
خیلی
that there
لحظه
was
با
a
ایران خورد
war between Iran and some
اون
other
فرمانده
countries.
اونا
The ruler
که
of the
چیز میگه که اشپخدار من کتاب دیگه همون انسپکتور که بوده انسپکتور میگه اشپخدار این به چیز به ناصر مظفر فتح علی شاه گفتن که حاج محمد اخباری
بله.
از عجلت گیران بود
one
بعد
of the Akhbari,
اونه
one of the
بخواد دعایی
Akhbari.
بکنه
Akbar,
که
yes.
اینو کشته بشه
Not Akbar.
No, yeah,
Akhbari,
Akbar, the jurist.
the jurist, Akhbari
فتح علی
jurist,
شاه اونو خواست
came to the Fatah Ali Shah.
حاج محمد گفت که این کار این ما خیلی مسلمین اذیت کرده بکن گفت من اگر من هیچ کسا نمیکشم
He said that, I mean, he asked me
جنگ
to kill some
میکنید
people,
برید
but he said he refused.
برخص به اسلام این گفت خیلی خوب میکنم ولی بعد از کشتن این خودم هم کشته خواهم شد
He said that I will
آدم
kill him,
کو-
but I know
همین
that after
جورم
killing him, I will be killed myself.
اینجور دخالته این است که ما هم معتقدیم به حد اقل باید در این امور
We
زندگی
believe that and we should interfere in these worldly affairs at least.
Avoiding avoiding the bad things.
No, interfering in these worldly and political
Yes.
affairs as far as we can, we do not interfere.
Yes.
و بنابراین میگیم که درویشی
This is why we say that
Dervishi.
Dervishi,
نه درویش
not the